With all the nostalgia of engagement ring proposal, with all the romantic proposals, I would like to remind you of this very important thing that you need to consider as a sister as you are entering this journey of marriage. Would you continue to ignore the red flags? Well, I'm here to remind you of the red flags. Never you take these red flags for granted in a relationship or marriage. Never you ignore these red flags and still close your eyes and enter this marriage because of the nostalgia, because of trying to show to people that you are also being engaged. My dear, you need to think twice about your decision. Well, I'm here to remind you about the very important red flags that should not be ignored at this point. Never you forget about this man that talked down on you. Never take it for granted. This is a red flag that you shouldn't take for granted and go ahead with this decision. Never you allow this man that joke at your expense, diminish your opinion, and still enter that marriage. Never you take for granted that man that cannot control his anger. How does he behave? Remember, what is his behavior when there is disagreement? Have you thought of that before saying yes? Well, I'm here to remind you. Never you forget about being financially independent, financially irresponsible. Never you take for granted that man that spend recklessly and still go ahead and enter marriage with him. Unless you are ready to carry the burden or the financial burden, unless you are ready to struggle and paying his debts, never you take for granted that red flag of a man who is always gambling. Be very careful. I'm here to remind you of that sign, that red flag that you are ignoring. I'm here to remind you. Never you forget about that man whose action does not match with his words. That man that several times you've realized that he lies a lot. Expect worse than that in the marriage. Expect worse than that after the marriage. A man who lies. Never you take that red flag of a liar for granted. Never you take for granted right now at this point that man who has no direction. Where are you going with that relationship? Where are you going after the nostalgia of a wedding engagement proposal? Where are you both going? What is his vision? If you do not see that his vision, it is a great red flag for you. What are you going to support him for if he has no vision? Where are you both going? Where are you both going? What are you going to benefit from that journey? Well, never make marriage a place of escape of loneliness and find yourself in a situation that you cannot go back. You can still decide right now wherever you are. You can still ponder over these red flags and advise yourself. I pray the Holy Spirit to help you to be able to make the right decision after you really meditate on the red flags. God bless you. This is Lady Liz at the Virtuous Point. Please like, follow, and share. Bye.